A 9 p.m. show for the kids went off in spectacular style. In just a few seconds, more than 1 million people on the Sydney Harbour foreshore and many more around Australia and the world will see the ignition of more than 8 tonnes of pyrotechnics. Elsewhere in Australia, the countdown is still an hour or so away, 3 hours away in the west. But for now, we'll turn our attention to Sydney, with just 10 seconds to go to a new year full of new hope and endless possibilities. So there we have it. The countdown is underway and the clock has ticked over to midnight. So kiss your wives, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends, kids, mates and dogs. Sing Auld Lang Syne if you like and sit back and enjoy the 2019 Sydney Harbour fireworks here on the ABC News Channel. You're watching the ABC News Channel and live coverage of Sydney's spectacular New Year's Eve fireworks show in the opening minutes of 2019. Live coverage of the ABC News Channel and Sydney's spectacular New Year's Eve fireworks show in the opening moments of 2019. Thank you, Charlie and Zane. And there we have it, the Sydney Harbour fireworks ringing in 2019. Gee, they know how to do it well. A new year with new adventures to come. I'm Michael Tetlow and this is ABC News. The federal government has finally joined Western allies in questioning China's detention of 2 Canadians amid a high-stakes strategic standoff. There are fears Australians could be targeted in any future conflict with the Asian superpower. Here's political reporter Dan Conifer.
Michael Kovrig is a former diplomat who watches China's rise for a respected think tank.
China signalling that it is the regional power to be reckoned with.
He's now seeing the communist regime's power up close as one of 2 Canadians detained accused of endangering state security. The other is Michael Spavor. The West fears the arrests are politically motivated.
Detaining the 2 Canadian citizens is not something we condone.
Canadian authorities earlier this month arrested a senior executive from Chinese tech giant Huawei on behalf of the United States. The 2 Canadians were arrested shortly after.
We've made it very, very clear to China our view.
But not as clear as some.
The unlawful detention of 2 Canadian citizens is unacceptable. They ought to be returned.
Australia's joined the pushback only after the Trump administration, Germany, France and the United Kingdom spoke out.
And why has it taken so long for that stance to come out?
Well, that's a matter for the Foreign Affairs Minister.
Once again, Australia is caught trying to balance its ties with traditional allies and upholding Western values, including the rule of law, alongside its vital economic relationship with China, a relationship that relies on Beijing's blessing. Adam Nee is a Canberra-based China researcher who's visiting the country next month.
Every time that I travel to China, there's a risk that I will be harassed and potentially detained for no other reason than political reasons. I think it's really in Australia's long-term interests to press this case.
Wonderful to see you.
China says Western nations should respect its legal system. Dan Conifer, ABC News, Canberra.
It's not a profession generally associated